Hey guys, bringing a new series to the channel, some bold action, and now with just the release of version 3. So I'm going to start on my DAK army. The first thing you need to do is prime the model with Citadel Death Guard Green. That will give us our nice base. And next we're going to move to a Pro Curl, this yellow ochre. This is going to be for the helmet, the gas mask canister, and then the mess tin on the top of the canteen. You could obviously use a green. I do both just to have some variation in the army. So they're because again these bits were actually in real life they would have been painted. You know, they were just a normal field gray when they got over there, and then they've been painted. So to have some mixed matches is totally appropriate historically. So next we're going to go to the Pro Curl Mahogany. Not a I don't know, maybe I just got a bad bottle, but the paint seems to be a little thicker than the normal Pro Curl line, so maybe I just need to pick up another bottle. But we're gonna hit all the leather bits, so the boots, the Y strap. We're gonna hit the rifle, any wooden bits also, just because this is a really good base color brown, just to work up from. So this will actually take you probably the most time to paint on all your miniatures, just because it's just pretty small fiddly stuff. Alright, looking good already. Next we're going to go to Pro Curl Khaki, and we're going to hit the bread bag, and then this model is actually printed. He's wearing shorts, so I have to do his socks. I can't remember the line that I printed these models from, but they actually blend perfectly with the Warlord Games plastic. So alright, next we're going to do all the skin tone. So Pro Curl Tan Flesh is my base coat color for working up the skin tone. This is actually my go-to color for almost all my historics, and it goes on really well. And we're going to work up. We're going to add some washes and other things like that. So you'll see this is like a no-brainer to do skin, which is awesome, I think. Now we're going to go with Coal Black from Pro Curl, and we're going to hit all the metal. So the metal on the rifle, the bayonet, and then if there was a shovel, you would hit the metal portion on the shovel. The handle on the bayonet, technically it would be a different color historically, right? It'd be a bakelite, more brown, but I just made it simple, just went black. And then there's a base plate on the rifles back then too, so I paint the back end of the rifle black. Alright, now we're going to go with Army Painter Crusader Skin. We're going to start working our skin tone here with a wash. Super simple, you just dab it on there, and you can technically leave the skin as is right now, and I think it looks great, but we're going to work it a little bit more. Now Light Umber from Pro Curl, you're going to hit the canteen cover, which is they had like a felt material on the outside of the cover there, so there would be different tones of brown, but this is an easy one just to have some variation from the mahogany. Looking good. Now that's pretty much a complete model until we're going to start washing it. So the wash, let me pull it up, but it's not my recipe, it's from Sonic Sledgehammer Studios. Absolutely love this wash. Yeah, there's the recipe there, but I will link the video of how he does it, and it's just a nice soft tone wash. It looks really good when it's done, and you're gonna wash everything minus the base. I already washed the base, so I don't really need to do that again. But you're gonna go over the skin tone that we already done, and it just has that a brown sort of darker hue to get in those nooks and crannies and really pull that skin tone. And you can see this model, I wouldn't say it's 100% complete, but you know, if you're happy with where it's sitting at now, you can crush these guys in no time at all if you didn't want to edge highlight and just sort of go on with your day. But we're going to work it up a little bit more. I'm not the best at edge highlighting, but we will add a little bit of edge highlights and you'll see the end result. So this is Tan Flesh, and we're going to hit just the top bits, so the nose, sort of the chin area, the knuckles, the kneecaps for this guy, because again he's in shorts, the calf, and it goes pretty quick. So with all the highlights, it's just going to be the original colors we use to work up the model from before wash. So light umber. This is well. So this I guess is a different one. This is going to be used for all the leather. So we're gonna. This is a great color to really pop that leather hard. If you don't like, just how poppy these edge highlights are, just really just one color up, which is not really ideal. For some people they want to have softer transitions. You could use a dark umber and then a lighter umber and work up from there. But I've got 80 of these models that I have to complete or something like that. It's a lot, and then 15-ish vehicles. So I'm just trying to crush these guys as fast as I can. And you can see this goes really quick. Yellow ochre is the next color, and obviously we're going to go towards what we already painted. So the helmet, so the brim of the helmet, the top of the helmet, and then we're going to hit the canteen cup and all the more of the pointy bits, the edges of the gas mask canister. It doesn't have to be perfect because we will be going back in and doing some chipping. So, all right, khaki. So this is just to bring out the edge highlights for the socks, the bread bag, and then technically the frog on the bayonet, what holds it on the leather belt there would be a canvas belt. So I sort of try to stay true with it. These aren't historically accurately painted, but that's okay. Color we haven't used is Pro Curl Advanced Flesh Tone, and we are going to add some wood grain to the rifle just to get a little bit more pop, right? Instead of just a base brown rifle, we want it to have a little bit of wood grain to it. This is the best technique probably for this, but it goes very quick, and I think the end result really makes the model look just a little bit better, right? And that's what we're going for. So you can see it's pretty vibrant. So we're going to take it down just a node. We're going to take the Army Painter, the Crusader skin. It has a red hue, with a pink pigment in there for the skin tone, and it's just going to really pull that together and sort of soften those edges a little bit, and it goes fast. So yeah, really liking how these guys are coming out so far, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So hopefully it helps you out. All right, now we're going to go with a bold titanium white. So this is definitely not historically accurate. If the shoulder boards and yeah, it wouldn't be white. It would be like a subdued coyote color. But again, I just want to have them pop a little bit harder on the tabletop. You definitely don't have to do this step. I like to add these little bit of nuances on the uniform just to, again, to make them more personalized. Next is probably a color a little bit more obscure. I've had this bottle forever. Mission Models, it's an air paint for airbrushes. This is a Russian World War II color, and we're going to edge highlight the uniform, just like the cuffs, the shoulders, and the pockets and stuff. Again, this is really fast, so I'm not really coloring within the lines, as far as like the rules for edge highlighting, but I think it does really well. Next, we're going to go with the blue black from Pro Curl, and we're going to edge highlight the metal bits. So in real life, a lot of people like to use metallics, which is fine. Again, we're wanting that poppy, but they would be blued, right? They actually use the bluing for the rifles and for the bayonet sheaths and everything like that. So all right, now we're going to go do some decals. I don't deal with the Africa Corps arm bands there. Those are really hard to put on. So actually I just painted them on. I just used a green base coat and then just stippled a little bit of yellow, and it came out really good. As far as the helmet decals, though, I do like those. So I'm using both the decals for the helmet, and just look at some historical reference photos and you can figure out which side they go on. You don't have to do dual decal. It was a mixed bag as far as dual decal, the single decal, to no decal. So it's really up to what you want your army to look like. And then this is a great decal softener. It's my go-to decal softener from Vallejo. It's super simple. It's not like a 2 compound thing. I know there's a few of those out there. Yeah, this works really. You just lather your brush up and toss her on there, and it will dry matte. And then especially if when you varnish your models with a matte varnish, yeah, it disappears, and it makes those transfers look like they're just part of the model, which is great. There he goes. I think he's looking on pretty good so far. I'm really happy with the results. So hope you guys again are learning something, or at least having something to jump off of. Next, we're going to start doing the weathering. This is just some foam from one of the blisters that you can get from, you know, the metal, the older Warlord models that were metal. So I got some nice tweezers. I stick them in there. Those tweezers actually stay together, so it's sort of nice. They're like hobby tweezers. And we're going to use coal black. You could use filled gray, because that would be the original color underneath the helmets, actually. Or you could use a brown, like a dark umber, or the mahogany even. But coal black, simple. That's what I usually use with my chipping. And you're just going to try to get a lot of the paint off with that paper towel first. You don't want to go in there with a whole bunch of paint on that sponge, because then you just might smudge too much paint on there. So just work small little areas. And I got the canteen, or the gas mask canister, and the canteen cup too with that. So it's looking real good so far. Oh, this is a little added bit. You don't have to do this, but this is adding the German Eagle on the left sleeve there. Again, not historically accurate. It'd be subdued like a coyote tan color underneath it. But we're doing black, the coal black, so just make a line, a little dot underneath the line there. You can see. And then you're going to go in there with bold titanium white. We're sticking with the white for a little bit more pop. And all you're going to do is you're going to do 2 dashes and then a dot. And it's pretty simple, but I think the end result, I really like it. It makes the army just pop even harder, right? And now you're not even have to do a decal, you know, so saving a lot of time and crushing a whole bunch of guys in a short amount of time. So it's just those small little added details, I think. When you're looking at an arm, you're like, that looks really good. You know. All right, now we're going to seal everything with a Krylon matte finish. It's my go-to varnish. It's cheap, and you can find it about any hardware store. All right, now we're going to start working our metallics. So again, I know I said everything is blued, but we want a little bit of pop, you know, a little bit of flash. So we're going to take this number 2 pencil here and just hit it with all the edges. Make sure you get the Y strap, any buckle, and yeah, it adds a little bit of shine to it. You have to do this after the Krylon though, because the Krylon will just take it down to nothing. So, all right, and now we're the best part. We're pretty much finished. So we're going to get the rim of the base, and this is like sort of that finished touch, right? It's like this is like my favorite part of painting. It's like I got a model done, and I got the rim knocked out. Looks super clean when it's done, and yeah, there's our model. I think he's looking pretty good. I hope you guys enjoy the end result. I'll show the squad together here. So here's the squad, and you can see it's a mix of Warlord and some of those the prints. But yeah, I really like how they came out. The bases, I think, really done well. I added a little bit of some vegetation to the bases just to get a little bit more green in there. And then I went edge highlighted some of the rocks to get a little bit more punch and pop from this just a plain desert bases. So, well, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and hopefully it helps you with your DAK army. Stay tuned. There's going to be more videos to come with the new version 3. I appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.